another healthy keto eating show. Excited to be back to share another new recipe with you guys. This one is based on, not really a side, but part of my dish. I made cheesy macaroni. Baked it in the oven. I even have a crisp on top. Super excited about this. And then I'm doing it with Brats. Now this is definitely a heavier fat meal, but I am alternate day fasting. I go 40 hours without food, and then I feast on my eating days. So like tonight, when I'm done eating this, I will be done at 8 p.m. And today is Thursday, and I will not eat after 8 p.m. and I will not eat again until Saturday at noon. That's how I do it. I go 40 hours, no food. So on my eating days, you are to feast. You need to get your maintenance calories in, and I can eat around 22 to 2,500 without weight gain. And that's what you want to figure out, your maintenance eating. So this is definitely a heavier fat. I will go over and tell you how I made it. Of course, there'll be a slideshow and a voiceover at the end, and I will tell you how to make it more low fat for you that are eating more than one meal a day or eating every day. Okay. Mine was done with those shirataki noodles. I did the spaghetti noodles, 2 bags. This is 2 servings. Okay. I did 1 full cup of cheddar cheese, 1 full cup of mozzarella, a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, a tablespoon of butter, pink salt, and pepper. And then I've got 2 brats here with mayonnaise and mustard. The total for the dish, the hot dish here, was 14 carbs. Split in half is 7. And then 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 carbs here. But remember, I'm maintenance eating, so I can do more in one sitting. I'm only going to be at 15 carbs for the whole day, so that's okay for me. Now, oh, and then I have the pork rinds on top. I have 2 servings of pork rinds, so I have 1 serving. My husband would have 1 serving. So that means I have a 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese, a 1/2 cup of mozzarella, and then, of course, 2 tablespoons of the heavy cream on just my plate alone, and then a 1/2 of a tablespoon of butter. So how you would make this lower fat, you wouldn't do the pork rind, you wouldn't do the butter. In place of the heavy cream, you would do almond milk to give it that creaminess. You want something creamy, so you'd use an unsweetened vanilla almond milk or just an unsweetened almond milk. And then you would use either 2 cups of the low-fat mozzarella, or you can do both low-fat mozzarella and low-fat cheddar cheese. So that's definitely going to make this meal a lot less fattening. Of course, the noodles don't have a lot of fat. And then you wouldn't have a brat. They do make turkey type style sausages like this, or brats, or you could do chicken on the side. However you want to do it to keep this much lower fat. Because remember, keto is formed in 3 ways. And I was taught by professionals. That's why I bring it to you guys, because I was taught by my 2 nutritionists that are professional keto, my doctor who's professional keto, and my brother who does this as a job. So I got 4 people I work with. Now, you want to use your body fat when in weight loss for your high fat. That way you get down to your goal weight super fast, and your body will have tons of energy running off of your own body fat. Makes sense. Not everybody would eat the same macro if you're skinny to somebody that's heavy. That in itself just makes complete sense. You are going to get to a point where you're going to be maintenance eating then, and then you are going to up your fats, good healthy fats, avocado, nuts, eggs, red meat, the oils, olive oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, avocado oil. You can have butter, cheese. You're going to be eating things like that, things that are healthier, healthier fats. Nuts are a really great one. But that's for maintenance. So it's for losing weight, gaining weight, or maintaining weight. When you're maintaining, you would eat around the 70% fat. When losing weight, you would not eat 70%. You would definitely use most of it off your body, keeping it as low as possible, maybe around 50, 60 grams of fat. Maybe a guy could do a little bit more if he was exercising. A woman too, if you are exercising, you could do a little bit more. But try to keep the fat as low as possible. When in maintenance, then you could do the 70%. A guy could do even a little bit more if he is working out. Yourself too, if you were working out. And then, of course, to gain weight, you would do much more than that. You do around 150 to 200 grams of fat a day to gain weight. And I do have a nephew that did that. My nephew was underweight, so he did keto to gain weight. So it is true, it can work all 3 ways, and that's how I was taught. So I just want to go over, because I get new subscribers all the time, and I want you guys to understand that a lot of people come in and they say, I can't eat that many calories. Somebody was asking me a question, and I will get back to you, but I can kind of tell you right here, I can't remember the name who asked me that question, but you said, how would you know what your maintenance is? Well, if you are in maintenance and you're not trying to lose weight, then you would just eat, each day to figure out what calorie you wouldn't gain. If you're trying to lose weight, You don't have to worry how low you go. I've went as low as 500 calories when trying to lose because my body fat would kick in and work for itself. But if you're in the beginning of your journey and you have a lot of weight to lose, I started around 16 to 1800 myself for weight loss. That's what I did for weight loss, and I kept the fat really low, had the protein a little bit higher, and as I went down, the protein would go a little lower, the fat would go a little higher, little lower protein, little higher fat, and as you're going along on your journey. So if you are one that doesn't have that much to lose, and like I think you said you were eating around 1200, that's perfect. And if you're not losing any weight at 1200, then you need to drop it down even more. Go down to 1000 calories and you will get the last of that weight off. I hope that helps you. Everybody is different. Everybody's going to respond differently, but it makes sense just to lower calories. I started at 1800 by the time I got to the end of my journey. Now I'm alternate day fasting so I can eat a lot more. But at the end of my journey, I was doing 500 to 800 calories to get the rest of my weight off. And it's perfectly healthy to do that because my body still had fat and was eating itself. That's what it does. It eats its own calories, will give you all you need. This is unlike any other way of life. You will not get sick or unhealthy because when your body is in a state of ketosis, your body cannot be harmed. It's not the same as when you eat carbs. You do need to make sure you get enough calories in for that. But if your body's in a state of ketosis, it's the same thing as not eating. I go 40 hours with no food at all, and I'm okay. And I'm pretty much at my goal. So that being said, you never have to worry while your body's in a state of ketosis because you can not eat at all. So 500 to 800 is totally fine. I know many that do that, so do not worry about that. Hope that helps you guys. All right, let's dig into this homemade cheesy macaroni. I am so excited. I used to have this as a kid. Now, I used the shirataki spaghetti noodles. They are my favorite taste out of all the noodles. I used to use the fettuccine. I like them. It's not that I don't like them. I think they're just a little bit more rubbery. So I really like the spaghetti noodle itself because it's thinner and it just works better. I like it. So I would rinse it really good. You got to rinse these noodles really good for about 3 minutes because they have, they're preserved in a bag of like a liquid. So rinse them super good for 3 or 4 minutes. And then I cut it up in little pieces because the spaghetti noodles, I don't want it, it's already going to be oozy goozy with cheese. So I didn't want to be pulling up all these spaghetti noodles. But that's what I use was a spaghetti noodle. I think they do make an elbow noodle, but I can't find it in my store. I think you have to order that. But look at this, you guys. Oh, it's so cheesy and delicious looking. Oh, yum. I can't wait to taste. Oh, yeah. I do have Parmesan cheese on top to give it even more cheese. But, ooh, that is home macaroni and cheese. Yum. Oh my God, that is really good. Wow. Look at the cheese stretch, you guys. You see that? Yum. That is cheese stretching. Oh, I love that homemade taste of a macaroni. It's been a while since I had that. And of course, whenever you go, like Old Country Buffet, when you would get their macaroni and cheese, they always had some kind of a crunch on top. It'd be like a breading. That's why I thought I would do it with pork rind and do a crunch. Brat, mustard, and mayo. And tonight I am doing a diet crush. This is done with the aspartame. That is the one my body can take. I can't take the sucralose. The sucralose does kind of knock my color down. Not as bad when I'm alternate day fasting, but I still like to stay away from sucralose. I don't do a lot of sucralose. So, got a glass of ice here. I just do much better with aspartame. Everybody's going to respond differently. In the beginning, I could do all the aspartame in the world, never have any problems. But now, that one does kind of kick my color down. Except for when I'm alternate day fasting, it really does take a lot to kick me. So, I actually can even go over 20 carbs when I'm alternate day fasting. I actually can do around 25 to 30 and not even get kicked out even from that. Ooh, that's a good soda. Yum. Haven't had Orange Crush for a long time. But yeah, so it does take a lot. I mean, I'm doing those Quest bars, the Quest cookies, like, not all day long. I'm just saying like one Quest cookie or one Quest bar on those days. Having, these fattening meals, like I said, I'm doing around 22 to 2,500 calories. And I try to keep it around 20 carb, but sometimes I do go over about 25 to 30, and I still stay in ketosis. My strips are as dark as can be, and I'm doing so good, and it's just awesome. I love hitting autophagy. That's what happens when you hit 40 hours fasting. Anything over 24 hours, you do definitely, I mean, before 24 hours, you're still hitting autophagy. But when you get that deep into keto, you are hitting a high state of autophagy, and it starts to heal and mend old cells, making you young again. Healing and mending old cells, that is skin, old dead skin, like when your skin, not fat, people that still have fat in their arms that's hanging, that's still fat. But when it's skin and you can stretch it and pull it, it's going to eat that. And you can see that I've been working out. Look at, you guys can't tell me that you cannot see a difference now from last time I showed you the arm. I have been working out. Look at, I'm getting a muscle here now, starting to bulge up there even more. I've been working out, doing resistant on my eating days. And I do squats. I do lunges. I do lower tummy crunches. I do weights. I do the back ones like this for the arm and like this. I've already showed you guys how I'm doing those. I'm doing all kinds of All right, here is the recipe for the macaroni. I made it into 2 servings. I used 2 bags of the shirataki noodles. I used the spaghetti ones. 1 cup of cheddar cheese, 1 cup of mozzarella, 4th cup of heavy cream, tablespoon of butter, 2 servings of spicy pork rind, pink salt and pepper, and I chose Brats as my meat on the side. Preheat your oven to 350 and set for 15 minutes when it's ready for the noodles to go in. Now let's rinse your noodles. Rinse them really good for about 3 or 4 minutes to get the smell off. And then you want to put them into a bowl. Use a fork and knife and cut them up so it's like bite-sized pieces, easier to eat. Now let's add a 4th cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of mozzarella, 1 cup of cheddar cheese, 1 tablespoon of real butter, and then heavily pink salt and a little bit of pepper. Give it a good stir and then stick it into like a roaster or a pan because you want to cover this. Put it into your oven and set for 15 minutes. While this is cooking, go ahead and get your meat ready. I'm cooking my brats here. When your food is done, you're going to pull it out, give it a good stir, crush up your pork rinds, it's 2 servings, pour it over the top, and then put it back into the oven, uncovered this time, for 5 minutes. Once you are done with this, go ahead and pull it out and get ready to serve it up. This could possibly be 4 servings. I made it into 2 since I alternate day fast. Here is my plate here with brats, mayo and mustard, and Parmesan on the macaroni. It was so delicious. I'm sorry that you guys lost some footage. My phone got a call and then it went dead. But I hope to see all of you in tomorrow for my live at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.